last 2 years, Jocko Fuel has been the only supplement I've consumed. It's helped me stay in shape now that my competitive career is finished. If you've been waiting to try Jocko, the wait is over. Jocko has now teamed with Walmart, bringing clean fuel to the entire nation. Jocko Fuel is loaded with all the good stuff and none of the bad. And I'm talking no added sugars, no artificial sweeteners, and absolutely no gray area or banned substances. Just pure, clean fuel to power your performances. Jocko Fuel is now available in Walmart nationwide. Products available at your local Walmart are Jocko Malt, ready to drink, Jocko Malt powder, and Jocko pre-workout. How convenient. Guys, the time is now. Consider trying some of my favorites like Jocko Go and Jocko Hydrate. You can even do it online. Use code CHAEL30 at JockoFuel.com or just stop by your local Walmart and get your hands on some Jocko ASAP. Don't wait, might not last. Fuel up with Jocko Fuel and crush your goals. Now there's no excuse for not having clean fuel. Guys, I want you to go get Jocko Fuel today at Walmart. Speculation swirls. Conor McGregor going to be in town. By town meaning Dana's town, Las Vegas. Dana asked if he plans to meet with Conor while Conor's in town. Dana simply said no. Speculation swirls. There's trouble in paradise. Maybe. That's not what I got out of that. I mean, why would one have to have anything to do with the other? What is Conor coming to town for? If his primary focus is not to come to town to meet with Dana, why would you even ask if Dana's going to meet with him? And moreover, if Conor didn't come to town to meet with Dana, which means something else takes priority, why would you expect that Dana would meet with him? And far more above all of that, what is it you possibly think they would have to discuss? And I do know fighters who've cost them careers. I know fighters that have joined the class action suit just because they couldn't get that meeting. But at the end of the day, what are we meeting about? I mean, you'd have to ask yourself if you're Dana, right? Like, I got a million things to do and I got to move this shit forward. Now, a meeting with you is a bit of a favor. You called, you want to have the meeting, you're going to take time out of my day. Okay, great, but I'm working. So what is it that we have to discuss that is business? It's not the rules. It's not the weight class. It's not how many left on your contract. It's not what your participation is going to be. That's already all worked out in a contract. So if you're inviting me lunch to renegotiate the contract, let me take one guess. It's not to make things better for me. Like, you didn't call a meeting and say, hey man, I'm looking at this contract and I am really overpaid and it's bothering me. I just want to take a look at it. I saw what my numbers did. I know they're not what you thought. And just moving forward, like, we got to adjust. We got to bring this down about $50,000. Like, that isn't going to happen. So what is it that you would meet about? Now, if you're friends, if you're just being social, but that's not what a meeting is. That's called hanging out. They would hear you hanging out with Conor, of which also would be a big fat no. But when the media is asking, and Dana's saying, no, I'm not having a meeting, there's nothing about that, tone-wise or by the letter of the word, that he says, I'm refusing to meet with Conor. There was nothing a part of that where he said, Conor has asked to meet with me, and unfortunately, we just can't get it worked out. There was nothing like that. But what is it that those two would meet about? And what do you think, though? I mean, Conor's come out and he's spoken publicly, and he'd like to go box, and he'd like to do these things over here. Okay, so are you asking me to amend the agreement? Do you have a boxing match? You're asking me to change the contract so that you can go and box. Do you have a boxing match? No. Okay, great. Then why am I amending it? Why am I even have this talk? Well, because I can try to get one. You can try to get one if I do you this favor, but you don't actually have one. So now I don't know when you're going to fight. Fight for them, fight for me. I know less things. My world got more confusing. Why would that be a meeting that I would want to show up to? Why would that be a meeting I would want to agree to? Now, I'm not suggesting for you that any of those things happen. Conor McGregor himself only mentioned that he's in Las Vegas. He did not say that he went over to the UFC, that he checked in with reception, that he waited in the lobby, and that Dana refused to come out and see him. He didn't say that he reached out to Dana by text message, phone call, or through a third party, tried to get a meeting together. Now he's going to land in Vegas and just hope it comes about. He didn't say anything of the sort. But Conor and Amanda Nunes are in some way playing the same game. And Dana was asked about her as well. In fact, Dana said, I don't know if she's serious about coming back to fight. I think she just might be teasing the idea. And that was open for interpretation, right? Because you have the tease. That's what you do with the audience. Before you throw to a commercial break, you tease something and then you say, we'll be right back. There's a tease And then you have, I was kidding. There was no sincerity. I was just fooling. You have that as well. So it's a little bit open for interpretation. But much like the Conor Dana one, I'm going to give you my interpretation, which is that Dana meant tease, just joking around. When Amanda says she's going to come back, she's just teasing. She's just having fun. It's not being taken literal. She's not re-entering the pool. She's not got a conversation with our legal and they're going to amend her contract. That's how I interpret it. And it doesn't save it from being less annoying because we, the audience, are owed something, right? If we're going to come talk about these fighters and we're going to support and celebrate these fighters, when we're given information from the fighters, it is very reasonable that our one expectation is that we are given the right to rely on the information that they gave us. So, what do you want to do here? Amanda Nunes, within her piece, was lip syncing. She was having fun. But she looked so darn good. I mean, that's the part you can't get away from. She was fit. She's in shape. She got there somehow and for some reason. But you set that aside and you focus back in on the words, which was her screwing around to a lip sync. But she did ask for Dana to call me. And that's the part that kind of ties in with Conor. Dana has never turned on Conor, and Conor has never turned on Dana. And we have never seen in this organization the inability to get business done where one side didn't let the world know their frustration and who was holding it up. And then there's two sides to every story, so they will generally come and do that back. Dana has never turned on Conor, not in tone, not in body language, never. And neither has Conor, but Conor has said that there's been a communication breakdown between him and the UFC. He asked if the Sheik would help to facilitate a conversation. I don't believe that. I don't believe if Conor was coming to town and wanted a meeting that he couldn't get one. I don't believe that Dana, who's in that office nonstop, if Conor came in and was in the lobby and waited for him like other people do, that Dana would have him in. I don't believe that. I don't believe those two should ever need to have a meeting considering there's already contracts in place. It ought to be able to, for speed, with a text and a phone call. I mean, you got to understand, the UFC comes to a screeching halt if the boss has to talk to each guy before each fight. If the boss has to negotiate and renegotiate each and every time before each fight, it comes to a screeching halt. I've got to have contracts in place. 3, 5, 6, 8, whatever, so that I don't have to talk to you again. It's all done right now so that I can move, right? I got 756 of you under contract. I don't have 756 hours in the day. I feel as though I'm stating the highly obvious, but it's not. Francis Ngannou was heavyweight champion, and Francis told the UFC, we'll talk before each fight. Before each fight, let's talk. And he couldn't figure out why that was unacceptable. It wasn't personal against Francis. It wasn't something against the heavyweight division. It wasn't because the UFC got tired of selling out arenas, making money. There's not time in the day. I cannot sit down with you before each fight because you're going to want rewarded and bumped each fight, and I'm never going to go the other way with it. You're going to tell me you got to finish in the second round in your last fight and therefore this next one. But I'm not going to tell you it never should have been in the second round. I'm not going to tell you that that first completed round you lost. I'm not going to tell you that 2 fights ago your numbers were the lowest in heavyweight history because it's rude. I signed the contract. I'll sign the check. We're not going to talk before each match. I'm just sharing with you. I think you're misunderstanding. But I do think the theme that is shared by Conor and Amanda, which is, hey, Dana, when you're ready to do business, give me a call. That's not the way this works. Former champions carry clout, and they have a respect. They're both clearly welcome to fight again. Amanda, more than any other athlete that's ever left, aside Khabib and GSP would probably be in the same category, but more than any athlete that's ever left, could most certainly come right back because she didn't get beat. And I'm telling you that because we know that to be true about Conor. Evident of the fact that he just had a signed agreement, a sold-out arena for $27+ million against Chandler, pulled out, that gets extended. When do you want to do it? Those things don't need to be done in a meeting.